Hey everybody, this is Chris from C.H.Diegel Photography in the Artisan Shop. Today I'm in the Northeast Kingdom of Vermont and we're going to hike Mount Pisgah via the South Trail. We got a breezy but warm day today. It's in the 70s today, so this is going to be our first warm weather hike of the season. And that is kind of an issue because black flies are going to be pretty active as it gets warm in May and June. Black flies really own May and June in the North Woods. I spoke to another hiker on the way in and he said the bugs weren't too bad, so maybe this wind is keeping them at bay a little bit. The wind will make photography a little more challenging, but if they keep the black flies down, I think I can live with that. So thanks for joining my hike. At about the halfway point, we reach Pulpit Rock with its sweeping view of the south end of Lake Willoughby. Just before reaching the South Overlook, the trail climbs into the boreal forest. The summit is a short ways past the South Overlook. From there, follow the North Trail to 3 clifftop overlooks. The forest floor on the summit ridge was lush with spring beauties, red trillium, and trout lilies. So hey everybody, I'm at the North Overlook on Mount Pisgah. This is the third and the final overlook if you're coming from the South Trail. We're actually not looking north now, we're actually looking more southerly, but there's another view that I'll show you that's looking the other direction to the north. So this spot has a really good view of Willoughby Gap that you see behind me. And Willoughby Gap was carved by glaciers over 10,000 years ago. That's what created this fjord-like lake, Lake Willoughby. Lake Willoughby is one of the deepest lakes in the Northeast. It's over 300 feet deep. It's also one of the most beautiful lakes in New England. I think any list of the most beautiful lakes in New England would have to include Lake Willoughby. So Willoughby Gap is made of Mount Pisgah that we're on, and you see across the lake Mount Hor. And if you've ever wondered where those names came from, they're from the Bible. Mount Pisgah and Mount Hor were locations that were significant in the life of Moses. And that's pretty common for Vermont. There's quite a few biblical names in Vermont. This wind today has been great. It's really kept the black flies down. There's definitely been some black flies, and they've definitely been a little annoying at times, but nothing like what it can be. I was on Mount Pisgah last year about this time, and it was just a warm and dead still evening, and the black flies were just murder. They were so bad, and it's nothing like that today, thankfully. Also had a lot of cool weather this week that probably helped keep them down. But black flies, if you're not familiar with them, they're a small biting fly, like about the size of a gnat that we have in northern New England, especially up in the mountains. And in May and in June, they can just be dreadfully bad. I can maybe even see some of them swarm in my head right now. They love to swarm your head and your face. They love to bite you like on the forehead or around your eyes, and they've got a really, really painful bite too. So yeah, they can really be an unpleasant part of spending time in the woods this time of year. And just a few precautions that I take this time of year. I mean, one, you just see how I'm dressed, long sleeved shirt and pants. These are ultralight, hiking clothes that have, vents, and are really cool, but they help keep the bugs off of me. I like bug spray that is made of peckerden. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right, peckerden or pickardin. That's an DEET alternative. I really like that because it's not corrosive and greasy like DEET is. And it seems to work pretty well on black flies too. A couple other things, like a pair of glasses that wrap around your face like these is really good, because they'll keep, it makes it harder for them to get behind your glasses and at your eyes. And a hat with a brim, and take your hat and push it way down to the top of your sunglasses so there's no gap in there, because they love to bite you like right on the forehead, and it's a really painful spot for them to bite you too. It really sucks if you get bit by a black fly on your forehead or like right around your eye. So I don't know what's going to happen tonight. There's a pretty thick band of clouds on the horizon. It's the kind of thing that usually kills the sunset, and I'm really not liking what I'm seeing so far. We'll of course hang out and check it out and take a few pictures, but who knows? I could be wrong. Maybe some of that will pull out at the last minute and everything will go crazy. It happens all the time. Well, actually, no, it doesn't happen all the time. I wish it happened all the time, but maybe it'll happen tonight. We'll see. We're hanging out and we're gonna check it out. So thanks for joining my hike.